There's too much hate and not enough talking. There's too much killing, honey. We need a solution. Just sing to your children. Empower women. Don't shoot from your hip. Don't shoot from your hip.
Hey, all right. Guys, we just heard from artist Alex Moss. You might recognize him as the frontman of the beloved Austin band, the Black Angels. He's playing this weekend at Austin Psychfest, and he and Aaron Owens are here to talk to us more about what to expect. So y'all, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. All right, thanks for having us.
Of course, and I'm always so grateful when musicians make time for a morning show, because I know you're probably more of a night owl, so we are grateful.
Well, I've got 2 kids, so yeah, I'm just we're both just owls.
We're just tired all the time, and you're getting through it, so good for you. Aaron, if you could you tell us a little bit about Psychfest, just a little bit about how the festival has changed and grown as well over the years?
Yes. So Austin Psychfest, this is the 3rd year that we're having it at the Far Out Lounge. Big Austin, South Austin backyard vibes underneath the trees. It's kind of grown and developed into that. We've had to, pivot a little bit on the artists that we're selecting and, branching out here and there, but really trying to hold true to the psychedelic rock world and, just finding different ways to develop that through different artists that we book and the programming that we create.
Psychedelic rock. Okay, is there any way you can give me some sort of definition of how that sounds?
Alex?
Maybe we turn to the person who does psychedelic rock.
Yeah, I mean, I think psychedelic rock and roll, it's kind of like just music from your spirit, which sounds very, it sounds,
I like that.
Sounds very like just easy to understand.
Mm-hmm.
If people are afraid of the word psychedelic.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but it's just another word, right? And yeah, you see big pharma buying into psychedelic stuff these days. So,
well, it sounds really poetic. At least, what I heard from that first song, and we're actually going to hear a little bit more from you. So I'm interested in the storytelling element of that as well. So Alex, you actually were part of dreaming up this festival 3 years ago. Can you talk to me a little bit about the inspiration there?
yeah, one of my best friends I've known since I was 11 years old. He's in the Black Angels. His name's Christian Bland.
Oh.
And we started this festival many moons ago. The first one was in a red barn, because that's the only thing that we could find, some little red barn. We had 7 or 8 bands play that year. And the reason why we had this festival is there was nobody else doing, there's a blues festival. There's hip hop festival, 420 Fest, whatever that is. But nobody had like a psychedelic music festival. Think about psychedelic music started like in the 60s.
Yeah.
The first band who ever claimed that they were psychedelic rock and roll was the 13th Floor Elevators.
Oh.
If that sounds familiar, they are from Austin, Texas.
Oh my gosh.
And they took their sound to the West Coast, and everybody was kind of just wanted to be the 13th Floor Elevators, and probably still do.
So it was the reverse of what's happening now. They went out to California.
And then all these other people kind of embrace the word psychedelic music, which means of the spirit.
Cool.
But it's kind of a selfish way for us to be throw a big party with our favorite bands.
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely. So 3rd year, it's at Far Out. How many years has it been going on?
Well, we had to take a couple years off. We had a kind of a big rain out one year at Carson Creek Ranch. It used to be at Carson Creek Ranch. It's beautiful. 40-acre ranch. Maybe it's bigger than that. We changed the name in 2017. I think that was. Am I remembering that?
I believe so. I think so.
We're putting you on the spot. It's kind of a pop quiz, isn't it?
It broke off into it's 2 festivals. It started off as Austin Psych Fest, and then we also throw a music festival called Levitation Music Festival.
Of course, yes, and I've heard of that one for sure.
The fall edition.
The fall edition.
Fall edition.
Exactly.
That makes it a lot more easy to understand.
Yes.
Okay, Alex, you are performing solo this year, so what can fans expect from your solo set?
Yeah, I kind of if I could put a record out that sounds like Leonard Cohen meets Wu-Tang. I think that would be like the goal. So for me, I have amazing artists that play with me. This guy Rob Kidd on the drums, Jake Garcia, and this guy Jack, who's in this band called The Point, who's a great musician. And actually having a guy fly over from Spain, his name's Javi, and he's playing this amazing instrument called the saz.
I've never even heard of
Yeah, it's
that.
this weird Turkish instrument. He's just like blows my mind. So, so you can expect a kind of folky psychedelic set.
I was gonna say maybe different,
it's less
like
loud.
scales and things like that.
Yeah.
We're getting funky with it.
No. No.
I appreciate you putting me in my place.
No. We're just gonna try to not be funky.
Okay.
Yeah. But to your, but I know your point, and it's more like these guys that I'm playing with are just amazing musicians. And,
That's awesome.
And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to keep up with them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but I mean, you're no slouch yourself.
That'll be easy.
I mean, thanks, but these guys are actually like good.
But I want to hear, just because you talked a little bit about like your dreams solo-wise, the Black Angels are actually working on a new record right now. So can you tell me just a little bit about that?
Yeah, we have been working on a record for about a year and a half, and there's a little studio down in South Austin called Space ATX Studios that we have a rehearsal room or a space there that we track. And yeah, we're our next album, where it's going to be a total different direction. So people are familiar with our music. They're going to be like, wow, hopefully a wow in a good way.
Hopefully,
Whenever Radiohead put out Kid A, and everybody was just like, whoa, what is this? And that's kind of the surprise.
Sure.
No longer surprised.
Well, that's something to be excited about. And Aaron, just real quickly, if you wouldn't mind, talk to us about ages. Can all ages attend? Because when we hear psychedelic, to Alex's point, you start to go like, as far as attendance, and are tickets still available?
Totally. So it is an all ages festival. We encourage families to come out. If you're bringing a very small child, we would definitely want some big headphones on them to protect their hearing. But it's a big, beautiful space. We really encourage everyone to come out. There's a lot of music discovery. People come for their favorite band, and then they leave with new favorite bands. And yes, tickets are still available. You can go all out and get the whole weekend passes, or you can buy single day passes. And then we also have some deluxe options if you want to go a little bit more fancy and just have a little bit more of a luxurious festival experience.
A little bit VIP. Okay,
Yes.
Gentlemen, thank you both so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
All right, the full lineup for the festival is online. Tickets are going fast, but 3-day passes and single-day tickets are still available at levitation.fm. Now we're going to hear some more music from Alex. Alex, take it away.
Thank you. One dream you had long, long ago made me think of us. Was beautiful, dancing in the grass, sunlight in your ear, this moment better last. I would like to fly like a honeybee, you said to me. I would like to fly like a honeybee, you said to me.